Hi, this video is going to talk about Practica Musica, which is the computer software which you'll use to complete assignments for this class. Um, so first of all, let's discuss how you're going to use this program if you don't purchase it but use it at the computer labs on campus. Well, the first time you launch Practica Musica from an on-campus lab, you should get the menu choices that you see on screen right now. So if it's, again, your very first time, you'll need to come here where it says, I don't have a student file yet. Please create one, the first choice in the list. And you'll simply add your name in the fields, and please use the name that I see on the class roll. You can password protect it if you want to, but I think there's probably very little risk of someone else getting into your account and doing work for you, so that's optional. And then most important is the Web Students account at the bottom. And that Web Students account is a particular name that's assigned to our class, and that's been provided for you, and I'll post it below this video. So be sure to enter that account, because that account name, excuse me, that code, because the next time you log in, once you've got that all set up and you see the same window, you will go to the third option, and your choice will be, I have a file online at Web Students, let me choose it. So Web Students is the name of the online access where your information is stored, your progress in Practica Musica and on the assignments, and also where I can get in and access it and see how you've done. So what you'll do is enter the same code for the class, and it will vary depending on the class we're in. So you will enter the code for our particular class, click OK, and you'll see a list of students. Now at the moment I'm the only student in here. My test account that I've created is the only option, but you should see a list of all the students in the class, and you can choose yours from that list. So I'm going to double click to open it, and then I get to the main menu of the program. Now if you purchase Practica Musica, which is something I recommend that you do, you can get a discounted price by entering that Web Students account code for the class, and the registration of your product, the registration of the software, should walk you through each of those elements of naming and assigning the Web Students account for our class so that we can keep track of your work. If for some reason you've purchased your version of Practica Musica and it doesn't automatically log you in, you can go to the second choice in the menu, which is, I have a student file stored on this computer, let me choose it. And by choosing that option, it'll take you to the location on your hard drive where your progress is being stored. If for some reason you just want to get into Practica Musica and play around, find some examples, find some things that we're doing outside of class, or maybe just work on some stuff on your own, you can choose the bottom option, which is continue without record keeping and don't ask me again this session. So if you choose that option, you can still use the functions of the program, get into any of the activities, but your progress will not be recorded. So you don't want to choose that one when you're doing your homework. Okay, so once you're into the program, you'll notice that there are a lot of menu choices. The easiest way to find the assignments that you've been given is probably going to be by coming here to this menu choice where it says Activities Listed by Name, and then you can scroll down this alphabetical list and find the activity name that you've been assigned. Do be careful as you're looking for an activity, because many of them have similar names, and I'll be sure to list the exact name of the activity that I want you to do. So you'll choose the activity, double click, it'll open, and you'll see several screens pop up. You will, in some cases, have a screen of instructions, which I've moved to the bottom here. And the instructions can be helpful, though they are also, in most cases, built into the program itself, So you can see at the top it's saying when you're ready to begin, please press the return key, and it'll kind of walk you through what it is that you're supposed to do. This middle floating window with the keyboard also has some menu choices. These boxes are actually buttons. You know, we have quit and show instructions, things like that. So if you close your instructions window and wonder about them again, you can open it again by means of that button on the floating keyboard window. And you simply just proceed through your activity. Now, you'll notice that if you go to your name, which comes in the menu choices, you can test your web student's account connection. It should be an automatic connection made if your computer is hooked up to the internet. So if you're working from a lab computer, there should be no trouble ever. If you're working from home or on a laptop, you can work, if you own the program on your own computer, you can do work away from an internet connection, and your progress will be stored locally on your hard drive, and then it will be uploaded to your web student's account next time you do have a web connection. So you'll just need to be careful that you get that web student's account connection going before the assignment is actually due. If you just want to double check, you can go to your name in the top menu. At the moment, my screen says no student chosen because I didn't log myself in. But either way, you can choose this Test Web Students Connection button, and it'll tell you, well, it looks like it's good. So you should be ready to go, and your work will be recorded. So just to continue with the example here, I'll press return on my computer keyboard, and the instructions appear on the screen, and I'm being asked to play a half step. So you can see that we will hear examples of the notes and see examples of the notes on the keys, and it'll just walk you through what it is that you need to do. A few of the activities will require some customization. So let's get out of this one, and the way you exit an activity is by coming to the activity name in the menu, in this case whole steps and half steps, and that's a menu with choices, and we have the option to quit. So we quit that activity. We are back now at the main menu, and the first thing that we might run into in this class is that I will create an activity specifically for the needs of our class. Most of what we're going to do is built into the program and was designed by their people, but we might encounter a situation where I want you to do something very specific. So one of the things that I might ask you to do is choose the main menu option from your instructor. And choosing that link should open up the menu of the activity where I will save, whatever it is that we need to do, and you will choose that activity from there. And I'll be sure that you know which assignments are going to come from that category. And I need to point out that choosing a from your instructor assignment requires that you have an internet connection already happening. This is not an assignment you'll be able to do without internet, so be aware of that. A few of the assignments begin with the words custom, such as custom, let's find an example here. So let's look at this one, custom interval playing. In this case, we have the option to customize, and so if you see instructions for activity customization, how that's going to work, and I'll provide a screenshot or a specific list of what I want you to do. Oops, looks like I picked a bad example. Let me try that one again. Let's try this one instead. Okay, so here we are in custom chord playing, one of the kinds of activities that you might be asked to do, and there is customization of this activity available for you so that we can really knuckle down on the kinds of chords, in this case, that we're trying to learn. So if you get to an activity like this with provided customization, what you're going to do is click on the Choose Chords button, or whatever button you're asked for that particular assignment, and it's going to be on the floating keyboard window. So here I've clicked on that chord, and we have a lot of different choices. We can add chords, and the program will quiz us on those kinds of chords. So I will again provide you with details on which customizations you'll have to just set up before you do your activity. And in many cases, the default setting is what we're after, so you shouldn't have to change much or anything, but I might ask you just to check to be sure that you're on course. Oops. Okay, I think that pretty much sums it up, so feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions about how Practica Musica is going to work. But I hope you enjoy the program a little bit, and I'm sure it will help you learn music.